Hello, guys, and welcome to the 15 podcast team here to discuss the Welsh Open. We've had some results to discuss today, but we'll get into that a little bit later. We've also got some comments, news and debates to go for. But first, we're going to just talk about a little bit about Doug Mountjoy, of course. Sadly passed away. I think it was today or yesterday, not sure, but he's passed away at the age of 78. Sad times for us all there, Scott and Mike.
Yeah, well, great player in the 80s, that's all that can be said. World finalist in 1981, 40 years ago, losing to Steve Davis for Steve's first world title. But of course, his real great moment was in 1988, when 10 years after he won his first UK title, he beat Stephen Hendry, a very young Stephen Hendry, in the final 16-12, including 3 consecutive centuries. The first time that had been done in a major final.
Yeah, I can't actually, believe that it was Stephen Hendry that he beat.
Yeah. And a very humble man, a man that never bigged himself up. But the most amazing stat for me, for Doug Mountjoy, is when he won the Masters in 1977, that was actually his first professional tournament. And he only got in because Eddie Charlton pulled out.
Is that right? Oh, very
good. And he was a great player and a man that, we see from the tributes that have been paid to him today, he was well respected. Now, I think the phrase that everyone's been using, he just loved the game. That seems to be the common thread going through all the tributes. He just loved the game.
Yeah, and like all of us, we loved him. I thought he was a good player. Obviously, I don't remember him that much, but obviously I've seen the recordings of him and everything. But of course, he made that fantastic final with Steve Davis.
Yeah, and of course, in that 1981 World semi-final against Ray Reardon, he made the then highest break in World Championship history, a 145, which was only superseded by Cliff Thorburn a few years later, of course.
Yeah, Mike, what's your thoughts on good old Doug Mountjoy?
Yeah, he was great player. I remember him getting a 145, I believe. Scott, am I right? Was that against Ray Reardon? A 145? Yeah, I remember him very famously getting that. Well respected in the snooker world, paying much tributes to the man today.
Yeah, and the tournament began today, as it should do, with a 50-minute silence, which was observed by all the players. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's get into some debate. What was we talking about yesterday? What was going to fire off with Mike?
We had a question it was in the live comments from Graham McCarter, and he asked,
Scott's family member, of course, just to give a shout out to Scott's family member there.
Yeah. And cousin of mine, actually.
Yeah. And his question was, why are the Chinese youth coming through much better than the British youth in snooker? So I thought it was an excellent question, and it's one that should be talked about.
I think that's a great question.
Yep.
My view is that they do play a lot of tournaments in China.
Yeah.
A lot of the youth players academies are coming through more in China, and this has been said a lot in the past. Barry Hearn's got a lot to do with it, where he's bringing all these youngsters up from the Chinese academies.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the answers. Not sure.
Yeah. I think as well, look, China is going through now what we in the UK went through in the 80s, where it was just a complete boom. It was everywhere. In the 80s, it was everywhere. Here on the telly, there was a tournament nearly every week. Sure, with the Chinese players now, it's even in the curriculum in some schools in China.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why, and that's the answer to the question why we're getting all these Chinese players.
Yeah.
I mean,
now
look how many is in this Welsh Open alone.
Yeah, I mean, there's 29 Chinese players on the circuit.
Wow.
I didn't know there was 29, but Scott's always there with it.
But it starts. There's a fundamental difference too. The Chinese community put a priority on it, and they give their players every opportunity for success through academies and coaching and mentoring and all that. Where in England now, it's just a pastime. It's not looked upon in the same eyes. It's a lot different.
You're right.
That's why you're seeing much more bigger influence from the Asian community. Yeah. So it would be nice if the English or British people could put more into snooker academies and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know why we don't do that here. To be fair, that would promote the sport in England, because it's getting, like they said, Barry Hearn said, it's getting more promoted in China. So, but players don't like to play in China. Our English players don't like to go over there, so I've been told. Ronnie doesn't like it for a start. I know that. O'Sullivan.
Neither does Mark Allen, actually, despite the fact he's won most of his tournaments out there. But
well, they can't do it this year, that's for sure. So I'm sure some of them will be happy about that.
Yes. By the way, speaking of venues, good to get out of Milton Keynes.
Yeah. Sean Murphy said they was all excited to get out of there and get into a new venue.
Yeah, Celtic Manor, I think.
Yes,
the Celtic Manor.
Where the Ryder Cup was in 2010 for any golf fans watching.
Yeah, and this is the first snooker tournament ever to be held there.
Yeah. At Celtic Manor, not in Wales.
And I'm glad it's the Welsh Open, though.
Yeah.
It is such a brilliant, prestigious tournament, and the way it's, like you say, the history, like Scott went through the history yesterday of the tournament, the history of it is just incredible, isn't it? When you think back of all them players that have played there, and, a different venue, obviously, but still the same feeling.
I know. And I mean, Dave Helton, the Eurosport commentator, was saying when Trump's match was on today that it's such a pity we don't have fans, because the Welsh fans are so dedicated. Like, come back to Doug Mountjoy, like, the Welsh people really love snooker. I think, it's a really sort of people-focused sport in Wales. If you look at the part of Wales where Doug's originally from, sure, he was playing in the local leagues for 30 years after he retired.
Wow. Yeah.
How strong it is, though. That's very true.
That's something to say, isn't it? That's something to think about.
Yeah, so, but that shows you the dedication of the Welsh fans, and we must them.
Absolutely. And also, did you see Trump today? We'll go through his match in a minute. But was he wearing his white shoes?
No, he wasn't wearing his white shoes, but he did have a fancy pair on that sort of that he likes to wear.
We got that question yesterday, saying about his white shoes will help him win the tournament.
That was a funny comment.
Again, that was another cousin of mine being slightly facetious, I think.
Oh dear, that's great. Anyway, guys, today then, what have we made of the matches that's taken place at the Welsh Open first round in the morning?
Deng was very poor despite winning 4-1.
Yeah, I agree with that. He was not very. Didn't inspire me to pick him as a threat to win the tournament.
No.
Not on fire, should we say. But he did make his highest break, was 102.
Yeah, for the very last frame, yeah.
Yep, frame 5. Yep. So he did really well to pull that out of the bag.
Yeah, but I mean, the scoreline there is a bit flattering for me, if you like.
Yeah. Any other highlights for you in the morning session there, Mike?
I liked Joe O'Connor. He played against Wembo.
Oh, that,
Yeah.
that was in the afternoon, actually.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh,
okay.
Okay. Yeah, there was no real other standout. I guess Cahill getting whitewashed 4-0. That was a little bit surprising. I thought that'd be a more competitive match.
Just one interesting point to go on here.
Yeah.
This morning's match was between Simon Lichtenberg
Germany, yes.
and Riley
Yeah.
Parsons, right? Now on the world, right, I was kind of following all the results from the morning, and the interesting point was that on the World Snooker Tour website, we'll give them a plug as well, World Snooker Tour website. It actually stated that they were 1-1 for a very, very long time, even into like 12:30, 1:15. And I thought, well, that's not right. Surely, have they stopped playing because they were taking so long? Well, I don't know what's happening. And then it came to the result. They haven't put it on their website, but Lichtenberg won 4-2. Now, I went on to Q Tracker, and there was no stats on that match whatsoever. So I don't know what the breaks were. I don't know exactly what was going on, who was winning what frames. I've got a clue. Very interesting stat there.
Yeah. Tracker hasn't got anything on the Welsh yet, but they normally wait until the end of the day's play to upload them.
Right. Okay. But it's very unusual why the World Snooker Tour didn't have that one.
Yeah. But again, there's so many matches to go through in the early rounds of a Home Nations event. But like even the officials can get a bit lost, I'm sure.
Yeah. Pang Zhangux won 4-0 against Alan Taylor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the winner of that actually plays Ding next, so that's an old Chinese.
Yeah, that's another old Chinese affair. Highest break in that was 86 from Pang.
He's a good player, that fella. He's first season on tour. He's not a bad player.
What about Lee Hang getting 0 against Martin O'Donnell?
Yeah, that's a surprise. That's a big surprise.
The Minister of Defence getting his own there.
Yeah, well, he's definitely flying along with that result. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Over Lee Hang.
Yeah, who had a very good quarter-final win over Judd Trump at the Scottish Open before Christmas. Lee Hang, of course. So
he gave Ronnie a test as well in the semi-final. He was up 4-1, and then Ronnie turned around and won the last 5 frames.
He did. He was superb,
yeah.
Ronnie. But
Mark Davis and Lee Walker. That game, the first frame lasted. I think the first frame lasted about 50 odd minutes.
Oh boy,
that game took forever.
The result never came in. I was tracking it, and it just seemed like you say, it's got forever. But Davis won 4-1 in the end. He managed to scrape on the line. And the top ranking, that was 71.
Yeah.
By Davis. So.
Well, Mark Davis too. He's a solid player. Like he's no slouch. He's been around a long time, Mark Davis. So
Andy Hicks beat David Lilly 4-3 in a highlight. One of the highlight of the first morning sessions, anyway. But my pick I haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah. Well, Andy Hicks, not a surprise that he did so well. Former World Championship semi-finalist 26 years ago.
Yeah, 96 high break for Andy as well.
Yeah.
So he got out of that with that, but he unfortunately lost the match.
Yeah.
But and then we've got Elliot Cessna against Ben Forty.
Yeah.
Cessna won 4-2 in the end, and he got a 66 break. 40 did. That was the highest break of that match.
Yeah. So. But Slasher won 4-2. let's hope he does. Roddy will be hoping he doesn't have to play Slessor because he played him 3 times and Slessor beat him twice.
Yeah, and also a highlight of that match, which happened in the Murphy game, was Ben won one at frame 5 by 73-72.
Ooh.
Oh,
So he must have won on the last black of that frame.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. But my pick of the game, my pick of the morning was, without a shadow of doubt, Joe Perry. He raced into a 3-0 lead.
Chow Bang Yu, wasn't it?
Chow Bing Yu, yeah. It looked like the game was going to last about an hour. I was ready to shut it off after about an hour, but he started to peg him back, and I thought, okay, he got it to 3-2, 3-3, and the last frame was a bit of a scrappy one, but Shag Mr. Red smashed into the pack and opened it up for a chance to Joe, who went to make the 61 break that won the match.
Oh, well, very good.
I felt a bit sorry for Shang because he did have a very, very good game and he started to make that comeback.
He did. But interesting subplot for that game, actually, because Joe Perry has now put himself in 16th place on the 1-year list. And it's the top 16 on the 1-year list that get into the Players' Championship next week.
Oh, very
So, and the Welsh Open's obviously the final cut-off tournament, so it'll be the top 16 on the 1-year list after the Welsh Open that will qualify for that. So Joe Perry's put himself in 16th place for now. Obviously, he's depending on all the results round him, but he's in a good place at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just go to Mike's predictions for the morning. He got Mark Davis. You got that one right. Andy Hicks, you got that one wrong. David Lilly, obviously. Riley Parsons, and you went for Simon. You went for Riley and Simon won.
Yeah.
You went for Lee Hang, Martin at 1. Panganux, you went for him, it was wrong. It was right.
Right.
Ding Jong Wei, right. Shang was wrong. And Elliot Slesner was correct. Well done on that one. So your predictions there, Mike, 4, but you got 4 wrong. So 2 points for the win and 1 point taken away. So you end up with 4 points today.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
All right. There's still my predictions to come tonight, of course.
Yeah.
Right, Scott, on to the afternoon then. So this afternoon's results, we had Matthew Selt beating Lucas Klesner's 4-0.
Yeah.
And the highest break was 85 by Selt.
Oh, that's a good player.
Yeah.
I like him.
Liang Wenbo obviously lost to Joe Connor, which is an incredible result. Wenbo getting slaughtered then.
Yeah, I sort of called that one, and that could be a bit of a shock, didn't I?
You did actually, yeah. Yeah.
Not that I'm bragging or anything.
Joe Connor, by the way, just a note, made a 1-2-1. It was the 3rd highest break of the tournament.
He's a good little player. I like him.
He could go pretty far, I think.
As I say, he's beaten John Higgins twice, so.
And obviously, not the match that you expected, Scott.
No,
Stevens beat your man 4-0.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, that was. I did expect Matthew to win, to be fair, but
I'm very surprised that Kale was a little disappointing. Didn't even get a frame on the board.
No. Have you got the breaks for that? No.
Yeah, 62 was the highest to Matthew.
Oh.
In frame
Matthew's a bit of a dark horse, you know. Matthew, he's been around for donkey's years.
Donkeys. Yeah. Sean Maddox, that was a good one. Sean Maddox lost 4-3 to O'Neill.
Well, I got that one right.
And the highest break was 61 from O'Neill.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's not really high scores until a bit later on. Yeah. Eden Sheriff lost 4-3, or was it 4-2? I didn't get the actual result there, but I think it was 4-2.
Yeah,
So
it was 4-2.
4-2 to Higginson. Yeah.
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 2007 finalist, simply through that.
Yeah. The 2007 147 man,
Yes, indeed.
which he had incredible run that year, didn't he?
He did. That was marvellous.
Yeah.
Lost out, and he only lost that match. He only lost that final in a decider, by the way.
That's another one to go to a decider, which is, he could go far. I think,
Yeah.
quarters maybe.
Yeah. Again, another one that's been around for donkey's years, sort of in mid-rankings all the time.
Brian.
A choice, he.
Yeah, I can never say it, Scott. Never say it. Anyway, he beat Paul Davidson.
Paul Davidson, yeah.
Good grief, did he?
4-1, I think,
Yeah.
in the end.
Yep.
Some of these results are still filtering through. But the highest break there was 53 to Davidson.
Didn't do him much good, though.
It doesn't sound good, does it? Right, Gary Wilson. The last I knew, he was 3-2 up before we started the podcast. Does anyone know the final score?
But I've got a live tracker. Who are you looking for? Wilson?
Wilson and Hugh Gill.
Gary Wilson won 4-2.
4-2. Okay, and the highest break from what I got from that was 90 from Wilson.
Gary, another player who could go far, former World Championship semi-finalist, former China Open finalist, so...
Could go far.
Yeah.
It's shaping up to be a good tournament.
Yeah.
Right, Judd Trump, excellent performance.
Yeah.
Poor at the start, I thought, but got better towards the end.
I didn't see the whole of that match, I've got to be honest. I did see the end of it. But yeah, he was blasting Zhao off the table. Jimbo.
Yeah.
Jambo did well to get 2 frames out of him.
That you take my point right there. That's he played pretty well for a teenager.
Yeah.
But Trump absolutely magnificent.
27
Yeah.
consecutive best of 7 matches now for Trump.
Yep.
Yeah. Still not made the Welsh final though, as we've said before.
No.
Still not done it, but
No, well, he's made a final, but he's not won it.
yeah, still not won the Welsh Open.
He also pre-tournament interview that it was something he won on his resume. So I'm expecting him to put a strong effort to win it.
So his highest break was 117.
Yes, and frame 2 that was.
Yeah. Zhai Gudong beat Boyko 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Boyko, 15-year-old, trying to find his feet still, I think.
Yeah. Mike, did you notice that one?
Yeah, I saw Boyko. Gudong beat Boyko 4-0. No surprise there at all.
No.
None.
No.
Yeah,
and the highest break, 69 by Gudong. It's just not up there at the moment, is it? But it's early stages, I know. They've still got to feel the way in.
Yeah.
But when you get someone like Trump getting 117, he's already felt his way in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Absolutely.
Ersenbacher against Napon. Napon, I don't know what's going on in that one. I haven't got a clue.
1 currently. 3-1
It's what, sorry?
2-1
to Ersenbacher.
3-1 Ersenbacher currently.
3-1.
Still playing.
Okay.
In frame 5.
Barry Hawkins against Chris Wakelin. Is there any news on that one?
It's 2-1 Barry. They're in frame 4 currently.
Okie dokie.
2-1.
And John Higgins. Did he end up winning?
John Higgins is currently leading 2-1 in frame 4.
2-1.
2-1
Wow.
John.
Oh, we're putting up a little bit of a fight there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was due to be on the TV table, but Trump overran slightly, so they had to push it off to table 2.
So that Stephen is putting up a bit of a fight, and I don't think he'll come through, but he could run John a bit.
I know, but I know I've said this before. I'd love to see John do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And Sean was very strong.
Oh,
Very much so.
best player of the day
Yeah.
so far.
Unbelievable. And he made well, he didn't make the highest break. He only made a 119. He didn't make the highest break of the tournament yet.
No, he could have, though.
Yeah.
Sorry,
He could have, though.
so far.
Why is that? Can I ask you about your thoughts on the highest breaks of the first round? That some of them ain't very high. You know, all these lower ranking players don't get really high breaks. Is there any reason for that? Do we think?
Well, in the first round, it can be a bit of a circus, so you don't really pay much attention to the break building on the first 2 or 3 days, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I don't think the higher ranked players just want to get through the match. They just do enough to get through. They're not in their best form yet. And the lower ranked players aren't in as many.
Although Murphy could have done a 146.
Yep, that's correct. But yeah, I think it's the high breaks are going to come once the field's thinned out, maybe top 16, and you will start seeing some.
Joe Perry could have had a century. He could have had one twice this morning, but he just ended up running out of position. By the way, listeners and viewers, there's a new blog coming. I am doing reviews for a few matches that will go out there when we get sort of sorted out, but it will be on there. I've made reviews and summaries of games, 2 games so far, and 1 to come this evening. So yeah. Right. So Scott, on to your predictions then for the afternoon.
Yep.
You got Selt, you got Murphy, Stevens, Neil, and you was wrong with Sheriff. You got McGill. Davison was wrong.
Oh.
Wilson was right. I think Wilson has won yet, hasn't he? Wilson's won.
Gary Wilson.
Yeah. Gudon was right and Trump was right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So in that respect then, Scott, you're way out in front. I don't even want to say it, Mike, because he's way out in front. He could have won a bet today, Scott could have done.
Yeah.
Could have won himself a bit of money, to be honest. But we knew that anyway, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely.
We were up against it, you know, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 right and 2 wrong. Wow.
8 right. 14 points. Not bad, Scotty.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Quick maths there, Mike. Yeah, 40. So it's currently 14 to Scott and 4 to Mike.
Yes.
Got to do better tomorrow, Mike. Obviously. Well, right. So as we said, it's 2 points for the correct answer and 1 minus for the wrong answer. So it's just getting a bit more interaction going with that.
Yep.
So let's review tonight's games. Then we've got obviously the evening session to come, which is Selby. The man in discussion is playing this evening, straight after our podcast, I believe.
Yep.
Barry Pinches.
Yeah. Well, do you rate Barry's chances there, Scott?
Not really.
Well, that's pure and simple on that one, isn't it?
I think that's consensus there.
Yeah. Let's see what.
Hold on, record this. We're agreeing on something to do with Mark Selby.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to get the matches up. Sorry. So it's just there. One of my picks tonight, Michael Holt against David. Now, I know you two laughed at that yesterday. You had a great reaction when you laughed at Michael Holt winning David Grace, but it could happen.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've not seen one yet, but any chances of a maximum tonight, do we think?
Leave the maximum until the quarters, I think.
I don't see any of these guys making it. So
Selby possibly.
They'll get at least one in the tournament, though.
Selby is our chance, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go with Luca Brissell.
Okay.
Maybe.
Now, that's a big shout, Scott, isn't it? Brissell to make the 147.
Well, not too big a shake, but
he plays Zhao Tong.
Yep.
yes, no, that's interesting.
Yeah, so is the Maguire Dale one, to be honest.
Which is the second one on the TV table after Selby's finished.
Yeah. Dominic Dale was on the analysis this morning.
What hair do you have?
Oh, he was sort of, what was it? Blonde streak. I think he had blonde streak. I'm not sure from what I saw. But he had a shirt and tie on. He was all kitted out.
Yeah.
My question is, why is he on the TV panel and not on the practice table?
He surely
he's been on the BBC Wheels team for years.
And Joe Perry is going into commentary tonight, I believe.
Yeah, he was doing it already. I watched. Was it Trump?
He should be on the practice table as well, right? It's free.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Can we just touch a little bit, because we didn't yesterday in the first episode, but can we touch a little bit on Paul Hunter? Because obviously we was talking about Paul. He was in our video little link before we started yesterday. Fantastic player, Paul. He was taken way too soon from us. And he was involved in that fantastic semi-final with Ken, the Fluky Blue.
Yeah, famously.
But yeah, Paul should have done a lot more. Obviously, he did. He won a few ranking events, but not what he should have done. The quality of the guy.
No, definitely not. And I mean, to win the Masters 3 times, all of them 10-9, that's some achievement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
yeah, no, he was a wonderful player.
Even though he was ill, I mean, he was still playing some wonderful snooker.
Yeah, nothing could stop.
Yeah.
He was good.
Well, apart from Cam Doherty, that is. But
yeah, that was one of them games, though, wasn't it? Where, even Paul thought, it wasn't going his way, unfortunately.
I know,
but
I mean, in the 3 sessions before, the big comeback from Ken, Paul was superb.
The comeback king, Mr. Doherty.
Superb stuff.
Yeah.
Superb.
Bless Paul.
Oh.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Unfortunate what happened to him. And also Willie Thorne.
Yeah.
The last commentary he did last year.
As
at the World
Mike told us.
Yeah, Mr. Maximum himself owned a club in Leicester, not far from me, and he was a good guy. He made a maximum well in practice. He didn't expect to. That was so funny. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was that was interesting.
It was, but he missed the blue against Steve Davis, that famous match in the UK Championship.
Yeah, 1985 that was.
Yeah. He always be remembered for that, but he did win the Mercantile Classic.
Yeah, big cliff in the final.
Yeah. So bless them both, Willie and Paul.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then obviously Doug as well.
Doug as well. Oh yeah, it's sad, really. It is sad.
Yeah.
But one of the players that I was talking to somebody about earlier was Perry Mann. And Perry Mann,
1978 World Championship runner-up, of course.
Yeah, and he could blast you off the table sometimes.
Yeah, but Perry Mann's won the Masters in 1979, and his highest break was 48.
That's comical. That's funny.
That is quite something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shows you how the standard has changed in the last 40 odd years.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a bit of sad stuff just to touch on. Back to the tournament. We're looking at a possible second round classic. O'Sullivan and Jimmy White. If O'Sullivan wins, which he should do.
Well,
but that's only because Mark Joyce, I think he's got coronavirus. So is that the new?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
well, he tested negative, but then he developed symptoms. So
out of precautionary measures, he's out.
Yeah.
How do you think Mark Joyce would have performed against Jimmy?
He probably would have beaten him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy's got a bit of a way with that one. A bit of way. You know, but I don't think he might be looking forward to playing Ronnie.
Yeah,
if Ronnie wins, of course.
The two of them have had some great ones down the year.
Yeah, the Masters they played against each other. I think was it 2005, 2004.
Both they played both years actually.
They played in a oh man, that was just a fantastic one of the better snooker matches I had seen was the Ronnie.
A match I always remember between them was the Champion of Champions in 2019. Jimmy was 3-0 up and lost 4-3.
The one where he throws his cue on the floor when he's so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one.
So that's one for the golden oldies amongst us, I think.
I've never seen a tournament where I've seen Ronnie get out cheered more than Ronnie O'Sullivan at the Wembley Conference Centre when they were playing each other. More people were cheering for Jimmy White than Ronnie O'Sullivan, and you just never see that at events anymore.
And also, whereas the Masters in London, where Ronnie's from.
Yeah. So,
exactly. Yeah.
It would be great to see them play again.
What was that?
It'd be what, sorry?
Mike?
It would be great if we could see them play each other again in 2021.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next round.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a good spectacle.
Yeah. That definitely will be televised, but pity there's no fans there.
Yeah. But of course, we've got to say that Jimmy's not the player he was.
No, of course not.
Just a quick question. What are your guys' thoughts? What is Jimmy White's actual legacy?
All them runner-ups in the World Championships, I believe.
So like a lovable loser, essentially.
He's a people's he was like a people's champion, wasn't he? In a way.
Yeah.
He was loved by the fans. They all wanted him to win a world title. And I don't think he could have done against Hendry. He should have beaten Hendry that year. That was his one and only golden champ.
Yeah, I mean, well, there was two really. In 1992, in the World Final, he was 14-8 up and lost 18-14.
Yeah, Steve made that amazing comeback.
And then in 94, 17-all, and Jimmy misses the easy black.
Yeah, the one that got away, Jimmy said Jimmy said that he got down and rushed that. He just rushed it completely. He thought he had it won. And he just got down and he could not believe he missed it.
I know. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't want to heighten people's expectations. If it does happen, it could be 4-0 O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
It could.
But
just a Scott.
Yeah.
Do you have Jimmy White as an all-time great?
I would have him in my top 10. Yeah.
I think I've got him in my top 5.
Yeah, you did. I'm just asking Scott to say. That's why.
I probably put him number 9 and then Trump at 10.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay. But I still think that I do love Jimmy White, and I think he's up there with on my favourites list. So yeah, he's definitely on there.
Yeah. Like who doesn't love Jimmy White? That's like.
Yeah.
But like I say, how many ranking events did Jimmy White win?
10.
Was it? Oh, 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't mean to insult Jimmy's age, but Jimmy White is sort of like the Queen in many ways.
Oh boy. That's a real deep thought.
Well, we do say some things on here, like Stephen Hendry's come back with a waste of time. So, you know, we're keeping with the theme, guys, I think.
No, but the reason I say that is the Queen's universally loved.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Sorry, I've just had a moment there, guys. Scott just made me laugh during this episode. It's great.
Very good, Scott.
Wonderful, Scott.
Yep. Thank you. Great. Sort of a spur of the moment thing, that, but.
I do have a couple quick results to
go ahead.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ursenbacher beats Sankam 4-1.
Okay.
Barry Hawkins beats Chris Wakeland 4-1. So Barry won the last 4 frames to win.
And what's the John Higgins score?
John Higgins is 2-1. They're still in the 4th frame. It looks like a long 4th frame going on.
He's doing well, that Holworth. Do you know much about Holworth, Scott?
Again, former English amateur champion, I think, but not much else.
No,
not much else. Okay, so what we go through now is tomorrow's matches. We'll preview tomorrow's games. One highlight for tonight that I must say, I'm looking forward to what Brandon Sargent does tonight.
Oh yeah. That'll probably not be on the TV table, but nonetheless.
No, but I am looking for my main match tonight is obviously Dale and Maguire.
Yeah. I mean, Dominic Dale, like, there are 3 people in snooker that I haven't met that I'd love to meet. One of them is Dominic Dale, the other one is Clive Everton, and the other one is Alan McManus.
I've met two of them 3, Scott.
I know.
Interesting. What match?
Sorry that I've met 2 or 3. I'm sorry.
You're all right.
Which players would you like to meet, Mike, or have you met?
No, I haven't met any. If I could meet, I would like to meet Ronnie O'Sullivan, for sure. I find Steve Davis very intriguing, very interesting.
I have met Steve, actually.
I would definitely like to meet someone, maybe meet Steve Davis, and more on a personality thing. I'd like to meet Mark Allen. I think he'd be
met him too.
A good.
Sorry, met him too.
I may be from the same country as him, but I haven't met him.
He was at Coventry at Champions of Champions.
That wasn't this year.
When I met him, I met Anthony McGill and Neil Robertson, and the lovely referee. I can't remember her name right now, but it was
Deshislava Boshalova, wasn't it?
Thank you, Scott. I didn't want to make a mess of that, but yes, I've met her as well.
You met Clive, didn't you, at the Champion of Champions?
I met Clive. Did I tell the story in episode 1? I'm not
sure. I think he told us, like prepping it, but you haven't told the.
Okay, I'll quickly retell you before we go through tomorrow's thing. Basically, I left my jacket in the arena on the chair, so I went out to the toilet, whatever, come back in, and then this guy in a blue shirt was walking towards me, just like the blue shirt you've got on there, Mike. He was walking towards me, and I was like, oh my God, that's Clive Everton. It's Clive Everton, isn't it?
Yeah.
And my brain went completely like, what is going on here? And and he says, Clive Everton. He's like, yes. Are you okay, sir? Sort of thing. I was like, yeah. Are you enjoying the snooker? Yeah. I was like, what's going on? Anyway, so then I said, oh, can I have a photo of you, Clive? He said, yes, no problem. So I got the phone out and pressed it. He said, there you go. And that was it, gone. It was like a dream sequence of about 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But it was lovely to chat to the man.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Alan McManus was a bit of a lucky one because he was walking away. I was like, Alan, and everyone was trying to mob him, and somehow I got him. I don't know how. But Anthony McGill was just walking through the Crucible lobby, and I managed to
Yeah.
get him. And that was quite lucky. Mark Allen and Neil Robertson had just finished their match, and they come out to where everyone was and managed to get a photo with them. So
Yeah.
but I
You
won't.
wouldn't like to have got Miguel after the World semi-final, would you?
No, no. But I did meet Hazel Irvine, who presents on the. I don't think she's doing it this year.
No. Family illness, I think.
So I met her. She was lovely.
I met her in 2012 when I was over. That was superb.
Stephen Hendry, I met at the stage door. That was quite a lucky one. But Ronnie O'Sullivan was like, thank God he was just gone. I couldn't get a photo. No one could get a photo with him. He just wanted to get in there. So
you know what Ronnie's like, though? He
yeah,
doesn't like all that.
And I won't express my thoughts about Steve Davis on air. It wasn't a nice experience. I will say that.
Well, I'm going to get one up on you and say I did meet him. Although the one thing I will say about him is,
but I'm not going to say what I think.
Although I'll say this, he has a terrible memory.
Does he? What? Quickly tell us your conversation with the man.
I was literally telling him his own career record.
Can you imagine Scott going up to him telling his statistics?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I was thinking? Do you know what I was thinking at the time? I was thinking, I wasn't even born when you were doing this.
Wow, Scott, that just creme de la creme. It really is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I couldn't imagine going up to any player and telling them their statistical record. I could not. But there you go. Right then, tonight's match is online. By the way, we put a poll up, Scott, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've had 13 votes to Maguire for 4 of Dale. So many people going with Maguire there.
Yep.
Okay.
Really obvious.
Yeah. And then the other match is Alan. Alan's got 7 votes to Patrick's 1. So not really people's going with Alan there.
Maybe that might have a lot of local interest that I.
You'll have interest in Alan there. Scott. Yeah. So
although relying on Mark Allen's never an easy thing to do.
No.
Right, so let's go through tomorrow's predictions for you two guys. We'll start off with Mike. Which section are you gone for?
I'm going with the one with. Hold on, let me just. I will go with the one with Blazowski and Lee.
That is the Legowski and Lee. Hang on. Oh yeah, morning session. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got Jack Lazowski.
Hang on, wait a second. So you've got Legowski, yeah.
So one second. Let's bring it up here. I'll go with Jack Lazowski. Clark and Lyons. I'll go with Clark.
Yeah.
Well, Mafflin and Doherty. That's a Mafflin.
That's off. Yeah.
So that one's off. Ning and Emery.
Yeah.
I went with Ning.
You went with Ning. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And Dot and Castle.
Oh, that's
that's
in the afternoon. That one.
Oh, that's okay. So that's all of my picks.
Oh, you've got Sonny Akini against Igor.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yes. Yep. That's the term. Akini, I have.
Okay. Ryan Day against Ian Burns.
Ryan Day.
Yeah. And Stuart Carrington against I can't say this one, Scott. You're going to have to help me out.
Carrington. So
Sohail Vahiri, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So we've gone for Carrington on that. I think that's it. Jamie Curtis Barrett against Liam Highfield.
Highfield.
Highfield. Okay, that's your picks for tomorrow.
What have you got, Graham?
Oh, you want to hear mine for okay.
Yeah, what have you got?
Absolutely.
Okay, 1, 2. Now I'm going to make it more equal because I think you got more matches, Scott. Didn't you? Yesterday for today.
Yeah.
We'll make it more equal between us all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 then. So Ricky Walden to beat. Jackson Page to beat Ricky Walden.
Oh, well, okay. Interesting pick.
I think you may have tripped up there.
Yeah.
Well, again, but Jackson. The only reason I've gone for Jackson Page is because he did he run Kyron Wilson close?
Yeah, and he was on the wrong end of a max.
Yes.
Yeah, he was on last year.
But that's the only reason I'm going for him. I know Ricky's got experience, but I'll go with Jackson just because you never know.
Yeah.
Never know. I'm going with Graham Dott to beat Billy Joe Castle.
Okay.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah. I'm going with Stuart Bingham to beat Milkins.
Yep.
Bit of a dodgy pick, bit of a dodgy pick, but
you give it to Bingham, all right.
Yeah. I could see a Milkins win. It wouldn't be shocking.
yeah. Now this one I've gone purely on head-to-heads. I've gone for Michael White to beat Williams.
Now that will be televised, I can assure you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
2 Welshmen.
You've got okay.
Tom Ford to beat Peter Devlin.
Perfectly wise.
Yeah. And I didn't know what to do with this one, the Fergal O'Brien and Aaron Hill, but I've gone for Hill.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Well, Fergal can still do it, let me tell you, but
And McManus, obviously.
who's he got?
He's got Tyang.
He's got Ping Fei. So, bit of a dodgy one with Alan. Probably concentrating more on the studio work with Eurosport. But
I've got to go with Alan because he's one of my favourite players, so I've got to go with him.
yeah, absolute legend. I mean,
Yeah, I can't turn me back on him now.
Is there a man that knows more about the actual technical side of the game?
No, that's
No,
right. Angles McManus.
I know.
Right, so Scott, it's over to you for the evening. What have you gone for?
Well, the obvious one is Robbie and Ronnie. I've gone for Ronnie there, obviously.
Is it in the evening?
Well, none of you two have mentioned it.
I thought he's in the afternoon pick I've got. He's in the afternoon
Oh, right.
session.
Oh, dear. I think I've mixed myself up.
Okay, so the evening session starts from Yunon and Sammy Craig downwards.
Yeah, well, yeah, so I go for Anu there.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
You might have to help me out because I think I've done the afternoon. I've done the afternoon match by mistake.
No, it's all right. Tell me what you've got.
The Wells.
You've got Robertson against Sting.
Yeah.
Wilson, Jones.
Go for Robbo there.
Are you sure, Robertson? Because don't you think Mark King might pull off something?
No.
No? Okay. Anthony Hamilton against Ben Hancon.
Hamilton.
Yeah. Jamie Wilson against Dwayne Jones.
Dwayne.
Okay.
Jimmy Robertson against Casper.
Casper Philippiak.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Jimmy Robertson there purely on the fact he's won a ranking tournament.
Okay. Kyron Wilson against Shen Simfan.
Well, pretty obvious there. Kyron.
Yeah. Zhu Long against Ashley Carty.
You long. All day long.
Martin Gould against Mitchell Mann.
Gold.
And the last one was nil and void because it was Mark Joyce against Jimmy White. So I'm going to give you another one in the afternoon then, Scott, just to make it equal.
Yeah.
Which one did you say, Ronnie?
Aye.
Are we allowing that one,
Yeah,
Mike?
give me an
Yeah,
obvious,
that's fine.
give me an obvious 2 points. Like,
He doesn't need the help.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Nigel Bond and Lawler would have been a better pick for him.
Yeah.
that one will still be going tomorrow night when
Yeah,
we're
that was
on air.
going, yeah.
You don't need, like I say, Scott, you don't need the encouragement.
No.
No, but no, I think I'm pretty solid there.
We'll find out what my picks to do. I'm looking forward to my picks tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. Be watching. Absolutely be watching. Be
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. Who's good? Right. So that's it then, guys. Any further things to say before we finish?
Just to say that what are we going to do whenever the Welsh Open's finished with the fantasy league thing?
Oh yeah, because we've got to do. Yes, we have got to do a fantasy snooker team.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Shall we make it from the Welsh Open tournament, or an all-time fantasy, or just modern players, or just old-timers? What are we going to do there?
I'd say all time. Have it an open field.
Okay.
No, I go for modern myself.
Oh, shall we have two?
Yeah.
Yeah, two's good.
Yeah.
Okay. But with the fantasy stuff, does that go on with the old timers? Does that go on pure results based ranking events? Because with the modern players, we can add to the points as they play per tournament.
Well, you'd have to go on pure results for the older boys because there was no real ranking events until 1982. The only real ranking event before 1982 was the World Championship. So you'd have to go on pure results otherwise.
So just to end the debate then, yesterday we had talking about all-time greats, Mike.
Yes.
Mark Selby, yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Scott, yes or no?
Absolutely.
I'm still 50-50.
You're
I'm still like
excited?
this. Yeah, I'm still like that. On the fence, boys, on the fence.
This is getting like Brexit now.
I'm not you've got to talk politics.
No, we've got to keep it simple.
We've got a virus.
No, but I'm saying we're so divided, we'll never be healed.
We don't want to put a virus in the system.
No.
But yeah, that was brilliant, guys. Well, thanks very much for the episode.
I just want to point out one thing. For the people that are watching, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube and the Facebook page. Keep up with all the content. We enjoy providing and entertaining you guys.
Oh, one more thing we've got to do. Before we go, we can't go without making predictions to put on the polls, Mike. So 2 for tomorrow from the morning, 2 from the afternoon, and 2 for the evening.
Let me grab my paper here. So for the poll question.
For the poll, yeah, for the poll.
Let's go with Clark and Lines. Clark.
Yeah, I'm on Clark. The Lines, yeah.
And my second pick will be
What?
Barrett versus Highfield.
Yes.
Barrett against Highfield. That's for the morning.
Yep. Scott's got 2.
Scott for the afternoon, 2 picks, 2 matches selected that you think.
No.
He's in the evening, but yeah, you can have it. It's fine.
No, and I gotta go with Ronnie again.
Yeah. So we'll put Ronnie down and Unnu, and I'll go with tomorrow. I think I'll go with
White and Williams.
But that won't be till Wednesday, I think, or Thursday.
No,
Okay. Gotcha.
Jobs will not play again until Wednesday, so.
Yeah. And two more. I'm going to go with Bingham and Milkings.
Oh,
Okay.
good
Yeah.
shout.
Yeah.
Good shout there.
Yeah. And
Hello,
I'm gonna
Brad.
No. Well, actually, it's not a bad. Yeah, we'll put it in. It's not a bad shout. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Fergal O'Brien against Still. We'll do that.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Look, a great episode again. Keep, like Mike says there, keep subscribing, keep liking. This video will be uploaded to YouTube, and the 15 podcast, Red podcast keeps going.
Indeed.
Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, same feed through Mike's room. All good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Yep.